Hi love bugs, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Samara George, and I want to start by saying thank you all for stopping by for another video for another week. So this week I kind of wanted to do a chit chat, check in with my followers and my love bug subscription team, and I just want to see how you guys are doing mentally during this whole quarantine, because I know personally these past few weeks have really been getting to me stress wise and anxiety wise, and I was able to reach out to family, friends, and even do some research to get some tips and tricks on how to mentally make it out of this quarantine lockdown. So if you want to hear what I have to say and get some tips and tricks for yourself to make it through, keep watching. So like I said, love bugs, recently I've been feeling super overwhelmed and a lot of anxiety due to COVID-19, and just feeling like every day there's a new issue or there's a new protest or there's a new problem without any solution or without any answers. And I know I've had to reach out to family and friends to kind of figure out how I can mentally make it out of this feeling like myself again. So that's why I decided to title this video Quarantine Check-In, how to mentally make it out, because at the end of the day our mental health is priority, and we should all be making sure that we are feeling like ourselves throughout this whole situation and not feeling alone. So I've been able to get some tips and tricks, and to make sure I don't miss any of them, I'm going to use my phone where my notes are, and I was able to divide this video into 3 categories. The first one being finding tips on managing quarantine and how to be confined into one space, activities to stay occupied, and resources if you need help. So the first tip under finding tips on managing quarantine and being contained in one place, I would have to say limit your access and your exposure to what the media and blogs and magazines are putting out. So we know that there's no true cure right now, or there's no solution, but we can do our part with flattening this curve when it comes to wearing masks, sanitizing items, washing our hands, and staying quarantined. We can be a part of this solution if we do our part, and making sure we're not taking too much of the information that's being put out is important, because a lot of these news outlets, a lot of these blogs and magazines honestly are reporting things on the minute as they're dropping before there's any true answers being put out there. So don't let your family and yourself be exposed to all of this negativeness that's coming out, because that can honestly affect your personal health and your mental health throughout this whole quarantine situation. The next tip I have is staying positive in a time where we may not be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I know every day I wake up telling myself that I'm thankful for just waking up. I'm thankful that I'm still here. I'm thankful that there are doctors out there and scientists trying to find a solution for this problem, and that we will make it out. And even though we may not see the light at the end of the tunnel, there is one, and we can do our part, like I said, with flattening this curve and finding solutions if we can just follow these guidelines that the CDC and other scientists have given us to follow. The next tip I have is understanding that quarantine is not forever, and while we're staying in, we are helping with being a part of the solution. So all of this ties into one. We need to do our part, people. We need to stay inside. We need to make sure we're following these guidelines and making sure that we are helping when people are still out there disobeying, I guess you can call them laws or guidelines. Like, don't feed into that. Keep doing your part. Keep staying safe. Keep being in your house, and we'll get through this together. Another tip is finding patience in everyday life. So yes, we're quarantined inside the house. Yes, we may be quarantined with people who we cannot stand or we've started to not like, but just learning patience and understanding that we will get through this. Like, I know I keep saying this, but I just want to instill that in everyone, that even though we feel like we're trapped inside and activities are shut down and concerts are over, like, we have to still stay focused and feel that we will get through this together. Also, another tip is having a routine and sticking to it helps as well. So in a previous video, I mentioned how I work from home now, and I still have a routine. I'll wake up, brush my teeth, shower, get dressed, go to my little at-home office desk where my computer is, and do my work as if I was in the office. Take a lunch break, maybe go outside for a few minutes to kind of clear my mind before I start my next task for work. But having a routine will definitely help. And for the people who are out of work, unfortunately, still getting up every day and getting a shower, getting dressed, those little things will help your day go so much smoother, and it will make you feel like there's some type of purpose in what you're doing for waking up every day and still having to just stay inside. With that being said, another tip is doing things outside the box. So yes, routines are good. Yes, routines are needed, but still routines can make you feel like you're stuck in one place and you're becoming repetitive. So if you can do things outside of the box, like going for a walk or exercising in your living room or finding a new hiking trail, all of those things can help with getting through the day when you are quarantined. Another tip would be, if you're quarantined by yourself, be sure to check in with family and friends. Like, I know my best friend is quarantined in Texas right now, and I have another friend who's quarantined in California, and it's just, I know they're dealing with a lot. I know that they have a lot going on and they don't have people to kind of vent to or get hugs from or feel like they're not in this alone. So just make sure you're reaching out to your friends who may be alone. And if you're a person who's alone, reach out to your friends and your family as well to kind of like give them updates and just let them know you're okay and everything is going healthy and fine over on your side. So the next category is activities to stay occupied. I would definitely have to say working out and exercising is definitely an activity you can do. There are so many online trainers and virtual classes that are going on right now that are free of charge. There's no excuse why being lazy is your number one priority. Yes, we can be lazy during these times. We can lay around on our couch. We can stay in sweats all day. But we should still be able to stay healthy and in shape while we're being lazy and while we're forced to kind of be inside the house. Go for a walk. Find a virtual class on a social media platform and take it. They're 30 minutes. Some are 45, some are an hour. Depending on your skill level or how hard you want to sweat, find something that works for you and do a little living room workout. Another tip would be exercising your brain. So that could be reading a book, doing a puzzle, learning a new language, or even just expanding your vocabulary. Any of those things to just keep your brain and your mind, or they're the same thing, keeping your mind sharp during these times where we're just being lazy and chilling is always a great thing. Another tip is deep cleaning or organizing your house. So my best friend gave me this tip and it makes total sense. Like, what other time when you have nowhere to go, where you're stuck in your house, than to deep clean or do that spring cleaning of your home? Get rid of clothes that you haven't worn, or get ready for them to be donated, or find those little knickknacks that you keep pushing under your cabinets that you say you're going to throw away, or clean out your junk drawer. Do something productive in your house to make your living space feel a little bit more livable, and the energy in there will change and you'll feel 1,000 times better, and you'll probably even want to stay in the house when it's clean and when they have good energy running through the house. Another tip I have is using social media in the virtual classes and virtual sessions that they have. So like I said, there's a whole bunch of training courses going on when it comes to athletics and working out. I've seen DJs doing sets, DJs that are top DJs to local DJs doing amazing music sets of all types of genre of music, and just being able to listen to music and play it through your house, that would definitely help. So use your social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you use, and find something that you can be interactive with. Another tip I would have to say is get certification or licensing for a job you may have or a job you may want. There are so many courses and certifications right now that have been discounted because people are in the house, because they know people are starting businesses. Use that to your advantage. If you have a brand that you've been working on or wanting to start, use this time to definitely focus on that. And that goes into my next tip about use this time to build a brand. Use this time to do more research on a company that you may already be in charge of, or a business that you want to start. Like, this is the perfect time because, like I said, we have nowhere else to go. So if you want to start a YouTube channel or a vlog or your own entrepreneur business, this time is the time to do that. There have been so many beautiful businesses I've seen pop up in the past few weeks, like, just because people are being creative, people are getting their brain flowing to want to be their own business, and they're using this time to really research and figure out how to perfectly execute their business plan. The next category is resources if you're feeling overwhelmed. So there are so many different resources out there that are able to help you, and one of those are virtual online therapy. So there are a lot of therapists right now doing sessions for discounted prices or even for free, because they know this time when people are trapped, and well, not really trapped, when people are supposed to be staying inside, they can feel as if they are stuck, as if they're alone, and being able to find a virtual therapist to kind of help you talk these things through will definitely help. Also, if you don't want to have to talk to someone, just being able to do meditation could help as well. I've been able to meditate and learn different ways on how to become more zen and more peaceful when I do feel stressed and overwhelmed, because I do suffer from anxiety and I hate taking medicine. So instead of taking medicine, I've just been taking 5 to 10 minutes out of my day to kind of have me time and kind of just zen out and just focus on positiveness around me and bringing in good energy. Another tip would be, if you're a religious person, use your religion as an outsource. So I would have to say I'm a Christian, so I do pray a lot. I talk to God a lot, and that has been helping me get through my days as well when I feel stressed, or I feel like I don't want to have to put my stress or burden on my family when I want to reach out to them, or my sister or my friends. I just talk to my God, and that kind of helps me get all of my venting out as well. My next tip would have to be using your friends and family as a resource. So if you have to have a Zoom conference call with some of your best friends over a glass of wine, or if you want to just have a FaceTime chat with someone who you work with, who you just miss being next to all the time, do that. Make sure you're using all of these amazing different resources that we have in technology to make sure that you don't feel alone during these times. Another tip would be lighting candles. Like, honestly, I have a candle lit right now. It's kind of dwindling down, but I love candles. I feel like candles kind of change the energy in a room. They make it feel more spa-like. They can relax you. And just lighting a candle at the end of every day and just taking a few deep breaths will truly help to bring down that anxiety, or feel like everything isn't so chaotic. Like, things can slow down. Things can be on a slower pace, on your pace. This is your time you're dealing with. These are your feelings and your emotions. So handle them how you feel necessary. Also, I would have to say the last tip on how to make it through this is just know that we're all in this together. Like, you're not alone. I keep saying that, but I have to tell myself that because I'm far away from my family and I miss my family. I used to go home almost every 2 weeks to visit them, and I haven't seen my nieces, I haven't seen my parents, I haven't seen my sister in probably 2 months. Yes, we video chat, yes, we talk, but physically being able to hug my family, physically being able to have a talk with my sister and be able to like laugh and like feel her energy is amazing. But during these times we can't, so I use technology to just reach out and make sure that my family knows I'm okay, and to make sure that they're okay. I know people keep asking like, what are you doing to stay sane? My mom asks me that all the time, like, are you okay? What are you doing during the day? And honestly, I've just been working on my brand. Like, this YouTube channel, I've told myself it's my baby. I want to learn as much about it as I can. I want to learn more about my camera, which I've been doing. I want to learn more about what other content creators are doing to make it through these times and keep their viewers wanting more. And that has truly been my number one thing I've been doing during my kind of free time. I've just been learning more about my craft and my brand. The last thing I want to say is you are not alone. Like, if you feel that you're in this alone, or you don't know what to do with yourself, I'm telling you, I'm here for you. There are other people here for you, and we will get through this. Like I said earlier in the video, I know this was super quick, but if we do our part with quarantining and wearing masks and just following these guidelines that we're being told to do, we will help flatten this curve. We will help this end so much sooner. And I'm ready to be outside. I'm ready to stand on couches and have fun at parties and go to brunch and take my nieces out to the zoo and everything else underneath the sun. But right now we can't. But we have to deal with it the best way we can. And that is doing our part. So I hope some of these tips and tricks helped you. If you have any tips or tricks or advice or resources of your own, you can definitely comment below. Please comment below so other people can see that there are different ways to make it through this. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and we're going to get through this. I promise you we're going to get through this. So I hope you guys stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you next week. Bye, love bugs.